What's the background for the Thai PDPA? What prompted the Thai government to adopt this law in the first place?
The background for the Thai PDPA started about 5 years ago when we saw the phenomenon of the global standards shifting towards more protection to the data privacy, and we see there are needs for Thai people in terms of their data privacy to be protected. And the very important elements that prompted the Thai government to enact the law in 2019, there are 3 elements that are the main ones. So the first one is about trust. It's now become a fact that in order for our society and economy to grow and move together to enjoy the benefits from the system that we are living our lives in, there needs to be trust, because now there are so many data, especially personal data, that we give out to entities, and they actually collect and disclose our personal data for the benefits, for the gains of the entity and for the benefits of the people in society as well. So it's very important for people to have trust in what the entities are doing in terms of processing of the personal data of customers and people. So the first element is a very important one, which is trust. And the second element is the duties for the entities to have a better data governance. It actually connects with trust, because when people say that they want to have trust, but how can trust be sustained if the entities do not have an appropriate measures to do a better data governance? So it would be a good thing to have a framework in terms of the data privacy law to frame the entities to move forward and do better, that they can have a better data governance to give the benefits to customers and the people that they collect the personal data from. And the third element, which is also very important, is global standards. I mentioned before that 5 years ago, we as a Thai community saw the tendency of countries in the ASEAN region and outside ASEAN region are adopting frameworks on data privacy. We see the old frameworks, the standard one of the OECD, and we see a strong protection framework from the EU's GDPR. And we see in our region as well that Singapore, the Philippines, and Malaysia have all adopted data privacy law. So it's time for Thailand to step up to those standards. And we believe with the PDPA that we are enforcing now, it's going to make Thailand as a whole the country that has appropriate standards in terms of personal data protection, and it will be an appropriate place and the standards that are good enough for business and entities around the world to exchange information with the safeguard to privacy. So Thailand believes that it's time to step up to those standards to make Thailand be the place of business for everyone. And when there is a place of business, there needs to be an exchange of information. And with that exchange of information that we live our lives on, there needs to be trust in our data privacy, to be enough safeguards to data privacy. So we believe that it's time for Thailand to step up to the global standards of personal data protection.
For more data protection resources, visit www.dpexnetwork.org, the Data Protection Excellence Network, and sign up for free as a member to have full access to all content. Do also like and follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn if you found this useful.